I'm not surprised to hear that Anthem is having player problems. Obviously, the game is in a very much, how do you say, inconsistent state, let alone maybe a game that needs to be repaired beyond, what is feasible. But following the release of Anthem, obviously players just weren't that happy. The problem was, when Anthem came out, a lot of people probably subscribed to Origin Access Premier to get the game free for a month to try it out to see if they will, want to keep the game. Obviously, during the first 30 days, people started to realize that this game wasn't exactly the game that perhaps we wanted. Myself included, I found the game to be extremely underwhelming. It was actually a game that I planned to play all the way up until the summer release of World of Warcraft Classic. I was hoping there would be at least a 6-month, experience for me, something I could play every single day as a looter shooter, get really excited, and have a really strong progression curve that would challenge me over time. Obviously, that did not happen. Not only is loot system bad, but progression in Anthem across the board is terrible. It was terribly designed. It was designed as a fast food restaurant. You queue up for a random mission with some random people, and you get some random rewards. There's no progression curve to legendaries or crafting. It's all just so binary. It's so easy. It's not time consuming at all. It's not rewarding whatsoever. The challenge is not there either. So you combine all those factors, and Anthem is just in a whole bunch of trouble, obviously leading to player retention issues. And currently today, there's, some matchmaking issues. Just a few months after the game came out, you can't even find a full group sometimes, especially during off hours. And that is a shame from a game that was supposed to be one of the biggest games of the year. Not only that, but you go into a mission, you expect those empty slots to be filled, especially on the harder difficulties, and they're not, because no one is queuing up for games. And that sucks, especially for players who dedicate their time to a product that they love, in this case, Anthem. And if you love Anthem, that's great. If you're playing it and you're on that grind, then more power to you. But for everyone else, we just need more. And of course, Anthem just doesn't give us that wide breadth of content and rewarding progression that other games like The Division 2 give us. Because when you really match those games up 1-to-1, those are the two big looter shooters right now. The Division 2 has so much more content. It's got the entire world-building progressive world map. It's got side missions, PvP, Dark Zone, you name it. There's crafting, hidden items, exotics. You can't even compare the two games, honestly. When you look at Anthem, what can you really do in Anthem today, especially with this player retention problem? Well, honestly, you're going to be running Grandmaster 1, Heart of Rage, because that's the fastest way to get legendaries. If you want to do Grandmaster 2 and 3, well then, good luck finding a group, especially with the new Stronghold, because, well, that freaking boss takes like 45 minutes. Who the hell thinks that's an efficient way to farm your game? And I think that's the main problem here. If a game comes out, and we're looking at it as a mentality of farming the game, farming legendaries, how is that a good game idea? The game should be about progression, and I'm not trying to, teach anyone a lesson here in game design, because I'm not a game designer. But in terms of a looter shooter, there should be a nice progression curve, right? That should challenge you. You shouldn't just farm the game for a whole bunch of items that you break down and then craft. The game shouldn't work like that. You should be working towards goals, specific goals that are challenging. The game just doesn't have that. And as a result, there's no players anymore. All the players for Anthem have left, at least in terms of the one that are not, completely dedicated to the game. That's a crying shame, dude. Especially knowing that Anthem has delayed its roadmap to fix the loot and add content. If you think about that, well then no wonder why people have stopped playing the game. I mean, it's in the best interest of any player right now to just put down the game and wait for content. Honestly, that's what I'm doing for Mortal Kombat 11. I'm waiting for them to fix the Towers of Time, because I'm not going to go back and play the game until the reward structure is fixed and the progression curve. That's what players want. We want to feel rewarded by playing a skillful game, provided, we're given some sort of challenge involved. Anthem doesn't have that. And that's what strikes me the most here. You have a game that came out just a few months ago, but BioWare itself has admitted defeat by delaying fixing the problems because they're so big. If the problems weren't that, on that big of a scale, they'd be able to just patch them out with a small team. But no. I mean, an entire delay means the fact that the scale of the problem was so vast that they simply could not do it. in the reasonable set of time that they, wanted to do it in. I mean, that speaks for everything. Obviously, I'm not trying to beat the game while it's already bloody. But, I mean, if you're a hardcore fan, how much can you really ask of them in terms of sticking around when nothing is getting fixed and nothing is getting added to? Well, I mean, those players, obviously, some of them are leaving. Thus, the player counts for Anthem are currently in the toilet. Based off my time in the beta, this is exactly what I predicted was going to happen with Anthem. The reward structure, progression, and challenging content just wasn't there. So people were going to, play the game for $15 via Origin Access Premier and then never come back. I'm sure the game is going to be better in a year, but I'm not going to wait that long. I mean, there's going to be some kick-ass games out by then, and you can't ask people to stick around or, sit along on a lifeline waiting for your game to get healed up and patched up. That's not fair to gamers out there. Games have to be complete on day one. We're in this weird time right now where games like to just come out and just offer like a trial-sized version of themselves and say, here's the game, give us the full price for the experience, we'll build the rest of it later. Sometimes they cut content out to do so. And then 6 months later, you've got a better product. Sometimes a year later, you've got a better product. And is that fair to the consumer? No, I mean, that's a bargain bin version of the game. You're paying in advance for the product. You're literally investing in the product so you could play it at a later date for the same price. Actually, an inflated price, because if you would have waited to when the game was actually finished, you probably would have got it at half price. So not only are you waiting for content you've already paid for, but you're probably paying double in advance. This is the system of live games right now, and it's pissing me off. Because I wanted Anthem to succeed along all of my friends. Does my group of friends play this game anymore? Heck no! Nobody plays this game anymore that I know. And it needs to be fixed. In my eyes, Anthem is pretty much dead. I'm not going to support a product that strings players along and provides an inefficient experience while asking full price for a video game. It's not how it should work, and we shouldn't be supporting that. So that's just my opinion. Like I said, if you enjoy Anthem, then more power to you. So Anthem's new problem is not surprising to me whatsoever, because I saw it coming a mile away. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Peace, love, and happiness. Until then.